As necessary when working with terminally ill patients, these volunteers set their own needs aside to ease the burden that patients and families often feel during end-of-life care. They bring comfort, relief, and peace, and can be relied upon to deliver those gifts humbly, with appreciation for the opportunity to give back. When everyone else was preparing for Hurricane Irma last year, Donna Siegel and her life partner, Gary Ernst, were busy tending to the families at Hospice of St. Francis Care Center in Titusville. There were lots of calls and a lot of people coming in, says Siegel, who has volunteered for Hospice of St. Francis for 10 years. Donna's job can be emotionally draining, since as a greeter, she is the first and last person at the care center to interact with families of hospice patients. She listens, she is compassionate and comforting, and she cares. Every Monday at noon, William Marvin Samples would arrive at Wusthof Brevard Hospice for his shift as volunteer receptionist at the Hospice Care Center. Always the gentleman, Bill would greet visitors and ask them to sign in, escorting them to the patient's room if they did not know the way. This member of the greatest generation earned a Purple Heart for his service during World War II. Bill passed away September 24th at the Dr. J. Pillai Center for Hospice Care at Wasden Woods, surrounded by the family, friends, and hospice staff who loved him. He was a very special man who loved everybody and who everybody loved. Volunteering for hospice can be emotionally draining, but Pat Razzo is happy to help Hospice of Health First with whatever task needs to be done. Every week, Razzo leads a group for Bright Star, the hospice program that helps children who have experienced the loss of a loved one. On Saturdays, you can find Pat at the William Childs Hospice House in Palm Bay, where she often helps ease patients' admission into the facility. During the summer, she takes on extra shifts when her fellow volunteers go on vacation. She also visits patients at home, offering respite care so caregivers can do errands or take a well-deserved breather. Pat has a way of making everyone feel important and comfortable. After a 30-year career serving her country with the United States Air Force, Judith Matheson didn't take a break. Instead, she signed up for an unpaid job that can be as heartbreaking as it is rewarding. As a volunteer for Vitas Healthcare, Matheson visits and connects with hospice patients, particularly veterans. Besides an immense amount of empathy for hospice patients, Judith brings the experience of a PhD in marriage and family therapy and mental health counseling. In the past 15 months, she has given more than 400 hours of her priceless love and time to Vitas patients. Volunteering is my way of honoring my own parents and family members who have served our country, says Matheson. 2018 Central Florida Humanitarians, your hospice volunteers.